continuing on this great, I don't even know if you want to call it a discussion now. It's the leaders pointing fingers at Jesus, and it's Jesus rebuking these leaders who are pointing the fingers at him. John chapter 5, again, the overall context is a crippled man that Jesus gives the ability to walk. And the problem is that he did this on the Sabbath. That's the overall context of this whole discussion here. And I believe we're going to come to the end of this discussion and move on to another passage in John tomorrow. And so Jesus continues. Now he talks about witnesses and testimonies. Okay, so he gives 3 testimonies, which again is important in the context and is important in the story in the sense that having testimony and witnesses was like a powerful argument in one's favor. Okay, and so these 3 witnesses, Jesus mentions them in the first half of this gospel passage. John the Baptist, his works, so in this case, the works is what? The raising up of the crippled man, okay, giving him the ability to walk. Okay, that's the second testimony. And the third is Scripture, especially Moses, which is interesting. If you follow John's gospel, we move next into chapter 6, which is the multiplication of the loaves and the fishes. And once again, we revisit Moses. You know, the people say, well, Moses fed us from the bread of heaven. And for those that took my Exodus lesson, we just covered that 2 weeks ago. You know, the whole idea of the manna in the wilderness. And it's interesting that they attribute that to Moses. So we're going to see Moses again, but probably not in the lectionary cycle for Lent. I think we skip over this and move into chapter 7. So with these 3 testimonies, then Jesus gets into really what I want to hone in on this morning. He says, I do not accept human praise, and moreover, I know that you do not have the love of God in you. And maybe that's the point of dispute right here. This is why this is not going well between Jesus and these leaders. They are concerned and caught up in the praise of others. They're caught up in that. That's all they care about. And the whole idea of receiving honor from another was very important to them. And dare I say, sometimes also very important to us. This is why they're not on the same page with Jesus here. Jesus is not looking for human praise. Why? Well, St. Thomas Aquinas tells us that human praise changes. It's something that's not permanent. It comes and goes. You know, we see this with our celebrities all the time. We praise our celebrities, but then there's people out there just quickly and looking to put them down, to find that juicy gossip past story in their life to bring up to light because it will sell. It will get people's attention. Human praise fluctuates. It's not worth attaining. But I think we're also very caught up in it sometimes, from time to time. We have to be recognized. We have to be appreciated. Jesus seeks honor from the Father. They don't, as he points out. That's why you don't have the love of God in you. You know, you're not concerned with the honor from the Father because it gets you no material benefits here and now. There's no visible, hey, you know, I honor you, I appreciate you. You don't hear that right now. Praise and honor of the Father is very quiet, you know, very quiet, but it's also eternal. And so at the end of this passage, then, he gets back to the person of Moses. And again, we know from our Exodus study, for those attending, Moses is not appreciated for what he has done for these people. They're constantly grumbling against him. One pain after another, they go to Moses. You know, today's first reading is a beautiful reading that despite the people grumbling against Moses, here he is in the golden calf, which we're going to learn about on Tuesday. Here he is interceding for them, begging God not to destroy them. He's still praying and interceding for them. And that's why he's honored by the Father, but not necessarily by the people. And we too, when that temptation and those thoughts of anger come in because we don't feel honored or appreciated or acknowledged for what we do, you go to the Father, you go to prayer, you go to God, you look at the cross, and you see where true honor comes from. It's eternal, and it's from the Father. It's everlasting. May God bless you.